All right, so this seminar is about increasing organic reach through SEO and meta tags. This is going to be part one. As we started really building out this seminar, we noticed that, or didn't notice, but we didn't want it to be too long, and we wanted to give you some action items at the end of this. So we're just going to go over the basics, and then part two, which will be next Wednesday, is going to go over deep dive into some advanced stuff. I just didn't want everybody's eyes to kind of roll back in their head as we're going through too much information. But first thing we're going to kind of describe or really explain what the heck is actual SEO and meta tags. What does that actually mean? And then how to use it in your FitHive, where to find that, how to increase it. And then using web traffic how to increase web traffic with the SEO and meta tags, how to organically convert traffic to leads, and then why are blogs important, and how to actually write blogs. I get that question all the time. People know that blogs are super important, but they're not sure how to use them or what even to write about. Now, SEO defined, what that actually stands for, it's search engine optimization, which is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic reach or search engine results. So the biggest thing with this is that I like to really hit on, especially with the micro gym industry. Quantity is great, but quality is the most important thing. So using the search engine optimization that we have in FitHive will help increase the quality of the people that are going there based upon the avatar or the type of brand. And this is what we're going to mainly focus on today, because you can make adjustments today that can help with that traffic. Now, meta tags. What that is little snippets of text that are described in your page, the content that doesn't necessarily appear on the page itself, but only in the page's source code. They are essentially little content descriptors that help tell search engines what a web page is about. Now, a lot of this is done by FitHive itself, right, on the back end to help with that stuff. But I'll go over a little bit more of that on part two, because that's a little bit more advanced based upon how you build things out. If you're like me as a gym owner, when somebody initially said, hey, what about your SEO and meta tags? I was like, what are you talking about? So kind of define that a little bit further. Search engine optimization, or SEO. SEO is designed, if you ever hear somebody talk about SERP, search engine result pages. So when somebody types something in a search engine, the SERP is what actually shows in the rankings. Now, how do you figure out which words to actually use? Google Analytics. Whether you're using our website, if you're using FitHive, we connect the Google Analytics to your account. If it hasn't been done, reach out to our success team to get that connected. But that's going to show you, and I'm going to show you a little bit on how to find those keywords. SEO drives two main items, because you always want to think about this when you're writing SEO or putting stuff in there. What you want to do is the SEO is going to help with rankings or placing in the SERP, visibility on how to how prominent it is, the domain is in the search, right? Because you could be high, but to be prominent, you want to have multiple links in there that shows up during those Google searches. Both are designed to get traffic and conversions. So if you get a ton of traffic but you don't get any conversions, then it's not the quantity is going up, but the quality is going down or isn't where you need it to be. Now, how do you increase those, right? You want to maximize the title and description of each page inside of FitHive. You also want to write a ton of blogs. Now, you want to start with this and just keep it super basic, keep it simple, don't overthink it, because Google doesn't overthink it either. But this is one of the biggest things to think about when you're going through your search engine optimization or the titles and kind of going through this. And you can think about your own buying behavior, right? 77% of buyers will do multiple Google searches before engaging with your brand. That includes even getting a lander or a lead magnet. So if somebody's going to download your macro recipe ebook, they may Google search you 3 or 4 different times, before they even think about giving you that address. So you want to make sure that every search engine shows your brand the way that you want it to. Now, what to do first before you start making adjustments to your SEO or to your website. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you set up and integrate Google Analytics to your FitHive account. If you can't figure that out or haven't done so, email success@myfithive.com. They'll gladly help you do so. Now you need to do some research within your Google Analytics account. That research is going to be super important based upon your brand and where you want to focus your time, right? So we want to find out what your current keywords are for your website. And then does those keywords that Google is finding off your website actually match what you're looking to accomplish? If it's not, we need to make those adjustments. And then get some keyword ideas. You want to look up, or your brand is kind of like Orange Theory Fitness, and you want to know what people that go to Orange Theory are looking for on Google. You can do that within Google Analytics. Now, to keep in mind with these keywords, and I'll get into what that looks like, some do's and don'ts. The stuff that you want to do, be as natural as possible, right? I'm going to give you some examples of not being natural, but you don't want to overstuff keywords. You want to stay on brand, because if your quantity of traffic goes way up, but the quality of leads that are coming in from the website, or nobody's actually converting into leads or demos, it doesn't make a difference. Get your keywords in like gym, name, location. Those are super important because those are what people are looking for, right? They're looking for gym near me, or gym in Utah, or gym in Columbus, Ohio, right? If those keywords aren't in the meta tags, it's not going to help. The title, keep it short or to a half sentence. I've seen some people go way overboard on trying to stuff a lot of stuff in there. It confuses the Google spiders or the crawlers. The description, same thing here, 1 to 3 sentences long. You could have a 15-page description, but it's not going to help you when somebody's looking at it, and it may even confuse people or confuse the crawlers. May not know this, but you can add a thumb image for sharing on social media. So especially if you're asking your current clients, or you're sharing your web page or anything like that with your current members, I would keep this in mind so that way your brand is on point and it's actually showing what you want them to do. Now, things to don't do. Stuff keywords in. And I'll give you an example of that. But let search engines figure out what you're about, right? If you don't create titles and descriptions within your SEO and meta tags, what search engines do is they just kind of look through your web page and kind of pick and choose what they think you're about, and then they base the search engine or the SEO off of that. Sometimes that works great on your behalf. Sometimes it'll pick out random words that has nothing to do with your facility or the avatar that you want to bring in. So don't let search engines figure it out. Have too many links in your website menu. Don't be the Walmart of fitness. I'm going to give you some examples of that. But if you put too many links in your website, especially at the very top, so if you click on it and more than 5 to 6 links pop down, all those links can start to confuse the traffic that's going there organically, because you're not directing them to a landing page. B, the search engines will just pick up too many links and they're not sure which one to send them. So if they can't figure it out, or if it's not very clear on which ones they want to promote at the top of that top 10 list, then they're just not going to do it. Have the description like this. Whatever you do, do not do this after researching it, because I've seen people do it, right? Don't have your description of your main page. Great fitness gym to achieve fitness in a gym that's great for your fitness and your overall mental fitness and physical fitness. Great asset to have for fitness, right? Obviously, fitness is a huge key word when Google searching or Facebook or anything like that. But if you overstuff, and that's obviously not a natural description, what will happen is Google and all the other search engines will look at that and be like, oh, no, they're just trying to falsely get somebody to go there. So they're not even going to rank you. They may even penalize you or put something negative on there. What does this actually look like, right? So to give you an idea of the options, right? What I'm talking about, the Walmart of fitness, right? When you go to Walmart, there's all these options, which is great if you're selling a commodity like this, but you're not. You're selling a service, a very specific service to a very specific client, right? This does not work. Same thing with Target, right? They've got all kinds of stuff, right? They're going for the lowest price stuff. We're going for the higher price price clients. Give you some additional examples on that, right? So I just picked out some of the biggest franchises that I could think of. But Orange Theory Fitness, they have 3 links at the top: workout, locations, joining. So as a member or Google, right? If I Google Orange Theory, what's going to pop up? The workout, locations, joining. Google knows exactly what I want them to put up there. Same thing with F45. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links. Planet Fitness, they've got 3. Pure Bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So Google or any other search engine knows exactly what pages to put up there. Soul Cycle, same thing. Burn Bootcamp, same thing, right? Now, when you log into your Google Analytics account, you're going to find a keyword planner. You can also find it in Tools and Settings. Go under Planner, click on Keyword Planner. A couple of things that you can do with this right out of the gate is discover new keywords. So for example, I'm going to see, I think I want to have gym. Where does gym kind of fall into those results, right? So I'm just going to search it. And what it's going to do is it's going to take my keyword that was provided, right? Average monthly searches. So these are the searches that on average, so 100,000 to 1 million search Google searches happen just by somebody typing in gym, right? I always like to search or sort by average monthly because those are going to be your highest keywords, right? So gym near me, definitely a suggestion. So you want to have something like that in there so Google can figure it out. Hence the location and the name and the title. Fitness, another big one, right? 100,000 to 1 million times a month. And then you can just kind of scroll through here and see what the keywords are that people are actually searching for. You can use this information to create title, keywords inside of your description, but you can also, and I'll harp on this a little bit more at the end, but if I was going to write a blog and I'm drawing a blank and I'm not very good at writing and I'm like, what the heck should I write about today or this week? What I would do is, man, I would write something on fitness, right? In the blog, use the keywords about fitness and maybe home gym, right? Because it's being searched quite a bit. That way, Google can start to pick up on your blog to get it pulled up more often. You can add as many as you want. We'll say gym, and we'll say CrossFit, and let's say home gym. Cool. So writing something about Home Depot probably wouldn't help me, right? But gym near me, gym, CrossFit, fitness, and we can keep going and going and going and going. But we're just going to say gym, and we're going to figure out if somebody Googles and tries to find Orange Theory, we're going to filter based upon that domain, right? So what they're bringing in quite a bit of is gym near me, gym, fitness, gym workout, gym membership, fitness classes near me, fitness center near me, best gym near me. Ironically, they pull up CrossFit gyms near me. Orange Theory pops up. Cheap gyms near me. So this is all the searches or keywords that will bring up Orange Theory as well. You can also bring in grouped ideas. So once you do those searches, you can look at this like grouped portion of it to get ideas on it. I don't have a ton in here because this is just a Google Analytics account that I created yesterday. I'm going to take this out. But if you've had Google Analytics connected to your website for a while, I took Orange Theory out. So if you're a CrossFit gym, these are the really high up there on the keyword searches, right? CrossFit classes near me, CrossFit Invictus WOD, CrossFit Box, CrossFit Gym, CrossFit gyms near me, and so on and so forth. If you see something like this where it's on brand, right? You don't, obviously in a business type setting, you don't want to necessarily put Invictus in your keywords or description or anything like this, but maybe you write a blog on it, right? Write about Invictus in your blog. That might help you capitalize on some of that traffic as well. But you can go through here. So fitness center, if you're just a traditional club fitness, fitness club, fit club, fitness club near me, and so on and so forth. These are some of the high keywords that if you write blogs on or put in your descriptions, it'll help. Along the left side, you can also hit keywords. I don't have any here, but if you had keywords in here for what people are searching for you, you could see that here as you go. You can also use this forecast. So I'm going to say gym. I don't have an ad group, but you can actually see historical data and find a history of what potential clicks would look like if you use certain keywords. Next week, we'll deep dive a little bit further in this, but this will kind of give you an idea. Inside of your FitHive account, what you can do is you go to your website, manage websites, or manage web pages, excuse me. And then I'm just going to go to the home page. Where you want to have a title is in this meta tag and SEO. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Information, right? You want to have a title. Otherwise, what it's going to do, the search engines are going to do, is they're going to pull from the slug or the domain, and they're going to just randomly go through the website and pick out stuff to put in these descriptions, right? And if that picks out something random that you don't want to be your brand, then it's not going to help. Or if they pick something random here that doesn't make any sense to the person looking at the Google search, it's not going to be helpful. But you're going to want to put a title here. Remember, this title, you want to keep it kind of a half sentence, and you want to keep the keywords in there. Same thing with the description, use a couple of words. Give you an example of that of a very successful online facility. If anybody's ever heard of fitness culture, they do pretty well, right? So inside of FitHive, they've got Fitness Culture Gym, the premium gym experience. So give you an idea of where this stuff shows up, right? They wanted, when somebody Google search and fitness culture pops up, that's what they want to show, right? Inside of the description, to capture that traffic, right? They've got join the fitness culture gym in St. George, Utah today. Month-to-month memberships, no contracts, no hidden fees, right? So if I was doing it as the potential client and I read that, that tells me exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a gym, right? Gym in St. George, Utah. I'm going to do it today because it gives me a call to action. Month-to-month memberships, man, that sounds great. No contracts, that sounds awesome. No hidden fees, that's even better, right? So I'm more likely to click on it. Now, blogging best practices, right? So when you blog, what you want to do is think about a couple of things. Focus on 1 to 2 keywords that match the intent of your target member, right? You want to do not stuff keywords in there. So the same thing, be supernatural. Start looking for keywords that you want to bring in your particular avatar. Include the keywords in the following 6 places. I'm going to show you this inside of FitHive, but you're going to make sure the keywords in the slug, in the content, in the excerpt, in the title, in the keywords, and in the description. With blogging, write. The more you can write, the more SEOs you're going to have, which is super, super important. Next thing, Google and every search engine really likes to have multiple links kind of spidered throughout your website. So the easiest way to do that is to link to other blogs within your website. Don't take people outside of it, or link people to specific links inside the website, because the more that can happen, more you do that, the more relevance and validity you're going to give when people do the search engine. When it comes to the blogs, when it comes to blogging, we have this blog post here. What I'm talking about is that slug. You can write it out or it'll auto-generate for you. It auto-generates from the name, so whatever name that you give them. You can put a URL, an image for your blog. Make sure you use the keywords that you decide inside of the content itself. You can always insert a link from your web page, right? From whatever you want that's already built. That way it's easy to kind of link them together and add stuff in there. So if you're talking about your gym near Utah, right? You can link to Join Now membership or link to your homepage or something like that. This excerpt is what I'm talking about. This is just going to show a short summary on the blog post. And then this SEO and Meta Tag, you want to think about this the exact same way that you do for the web pages, right? Keep this short and sweet, 1 to 2 sentences in the description using the keywords that are important. And you can separate within the blog the keywords that you're looking for. Whatever you do, don't use this keyword and put 15 different keywords in there because it's not going to help. It'll actually hurt your search engine optimization. But you only want a couple of options there or keywords. Cool. So action items for today. What you want to do is go through and all your main web pages that you want people to go to and you want search engines to figure out and to keep your brand on point, make sure you add a title and a description to every one of those pages. Next thing, and we'll go into this even further in the next Wednesday, but make sure your homepage is also on your Google, Facebook, Instagram, Yelp, and any other search engine. Those are called backlinks. So we want to make sure that we have as many backlinks that is your brand going back to your website, because that's going to increase your SEO. And then sit down and really think about a blog schedule. You really want to try to do 1 to 2 per week. And with blogs, they don't have to be super long. They can be a paragraph. They can be a couple of paragraphs. So you don't have to spend a ton of time on it, but the more you can put out there and the more pages that you have with the more spidered links, the more likely you're going to get that free organic traffic coming in. Questions, I'm going to go through the chat, but if for some reason you need help setting any, it's time to thrive with FitHive, guys. Thanks again.